Hello there. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me today. Any language which we are learning has various attributes that has to be learned and to be more streamlined in order to use the language effectively while making the communication. Taking into account English is one such language which has various attributes and parts which need to be learned appropriately in using various methodologies to use the language to effectively communicate with the other person. Though we have various language and vocabularies in each language varies. English is a phonetic language. So phonetic as in it's being pronounced, it's being used in a various way depending on the sentence or depending on the way it is being used. It is not directly being pronounced how it is being spelled. So spell is completely different. Spelling of a word is completely different when compared to how do you pronounce them. So pronouncing is altogether a new characteristics or a skill which you have to acquire in order to make the language flow between you and the other person in an appropriate channel. So unless you increase your vocabulary and how to pronounce them, you wouldn't be able to efficiently transmit your ideas from your side to the other person. So in order to increase that vocabulary, you have to know them, pronounce them, use them, and get used to them. So know them. So to know any vocabulary, you have to first listen to English channels, movies, news, any good English speaker. So always good to go with the native speaker in order to have a proper pronunciation of vocabulary or a proper teacher or a tutor who has a skillful pronunciation. So reading is another way of actually understanding a vocabulary, knowing a vocabulary. So as soon as you know a vocabulary, try to pronounce them appropriately. So don't pronounce them using the influence of your mother tongue. You should always use it in a way how the actual term, actual vocabulary has to be pronounced. You can use any dictionaries. You can use any media, even social media has that, search engines, everywhere you can find a way to pronounce a vocabulary. So know the vocabulary. It is always good to go with something which is relevant to you, which you use on a daily basis, which you actually see on a daily basis on your vision or on your proximity level of reach. So once you start your proximity level reach vocabulary, slowly you can increase it and you can slowly acquire so much of vocabulary skills. And pronouncing them appropriately based on how a native speaker does, how the actual vocabulary has to be pronounced is very, very important. And then it's good to use them in the sentence. Use them very often in your sentences in order to get used to it. So getting used to a vocabulary and getting used to this particular system of learning vocabulary would definitely going to help you in the long run. So over a period of time, you'll be able to acquire so much of vocabulary skills. As a matter of fact, you'll actually be an erudite in the language. To reach that proficiency level in the language, in specific to any language, the vocabulary acts as a backbone, and in specific to English, it's more important the vocabulary as much as you can. It is the representation of your standard of your language. It is the representation of how you present yourself. And unless you know the vocabularies, you wouldn't be able to produce your ideology. You wouldn't be able to make a sentence appropriately. So understand the vocabulary, know them, pronounce them, and use them in your sentence often and get used to it. I hope this particular lesson would have helped you to know more vocabulary and how to increase your vocabulary skill. Rock with the English. Subscribe to my channel for updates on new video. Like this video. Give me a comment if you wanted to improvise anything. Share this video. See you. Bye bye.